Once upon a time, it was men who donned high heels and elaborate makeup, Louis XIV and the Enlightenment philosophers chief among them. Then came the 19th century, and with it the Industrial Revolution. Clothing for men became structured, all dull suits and ties. The following century saw an explosion in the possibility of women's fashion, and this century it seems to be the men's turn. For young Spanish label Palomo Spain, fashion is a tool for challenging taboos.
People say I do fashion as much as politics. I guess because my mom was being a politician all her life, and I hate politics, but I'm doing it in a different way. I just want to, be here, stand out, and say to the world that this is the new generation, this is us, and we're here to conquer.
That was Alejandro Palomo speaking in Madrid in spring 2017. Less than a year later, he was holding his winter 2018 show in Paris for Men's Fashion Week. The general impression was less playful than before, but the clothes were just as beautiful.
Letting men enjoy fashion again, letting men have rich fabrics, rich prints, rich textures, without really paying any attention to being too masculine or too feminine. It's just enjoying fashion the way I do and the way, the boys that work with me do, and just playing with fashion whatever you like,
For Alejandro Palomo, freedom of expression comes before all else. His mission is to bring different communities together by deconstructing traditional ideas about gender and sexuality.
There are many ways of thinking about gender, but at Palomo Spain it's very much linked to dreams and reverie. In English you say unapologetic. It's not afraid of being seen by others, it's flamboyant and proud.
Delivering the unexpected is Arthur Avellano's forte. He twists images and materials to give them new life. For him, latex isn't necessarily a byword for sex, as he proved against a backdrop inspired by the Peter Greenaway film The Cook, the Thief, his wife and her lover.
We're talking here about a material that's really about protection. That's why you see those down jackets, things like that. For me, it's about reinterpreting the basics, like the trench coat. The clothes are meant to be worn in the rain. I like to present latex as noble and beautiful. It's not just about fetishes and bondage.
Menswear is experimenting like never before. Shapes are new, but also textures. As far as colour is concerned, Issey Miyake is leading the pack.
This time the color is very important for the collection. So because, this time I would like to make the clothes for the men who work in the urban city. So we use a lot of the basic color of men, such as charcoal, navy, khaki, beige, black, but I added some vivid color, orange, red, blue or green.
Sat in the front row, sociologist and musician Pascal Montfort. He's using this fashion week to film a music video with his rock group, The Shoppings. He's particularly interested in the way designers convey messages through their collections.
The label doesn't do a lot of marketing. It's not very interested in this culture of social media, Snapchat, Instagram, all of that. This label doesn't need it. This label doesn't follow the established rules of our times. But at the same time, it's also very much of its historical moment. It may even be a little bit ahead of the times. You can see it. Every show is hotly anticipated. Issey Miyake fans are the real fashion connoisseurs.
So too were the crowds that gathered in the famous Saint-Ouen flea market in northern Paris to see a show by groundbreaking label Vetements. The key image at the heart of this winter 2018 collection, printed children's drawings. Models charge down the runway, no elaborate background and no high-end lighting.
It's real, it's honest, it's raw. It's everything I love, in fact.
And there's no big marketing push.
It takes a back seat. There's always a form of marketing because you need to advertise, but it doesn't enter into the second phase of the process.
And what about the design process? To what extent is homage important?
It wasn't an homage to Martin Margiela, but it was an homage to his approach. I learned a lot from him. He really influenced me. Cutting clothes up, destroying in order to create, and falling in love thanks to clothes. I learned all that at Margiela.
To complete this tour of the more unlikely menswear offerings for winter 2018, we meet American designer Thom Browne. For Browne, presentation is key. Lying on a bed of fake snow, models sleep under covers made to look like traditional suits.
Everything was strictly tailored, but tailored in a sportswear, almost a sportswear mentality, because really at the beginning, I never differentiated between tailoring and sportswear. I always thought like they should be the same, and this one really re-emphasized that idea.
For years, men have craved sartorial liberation, and now they're free to choose the cuts, colours and styles they love. Uniforms are out, long live creativity.